True revenge is not found in actions meant to harm or hurt those who wronged us, but rather in cultivating a life filled with success and inner peace. When we're betrayed or hurt, the natural reaction is often anger or resentment, a burning desire to make others feel what we felt. But the real power lies in letting go of that need. Instead of allowing that negative energy to consume us, we can redirect it, using it as fuel to grow, to focus, and to thrive. Inner peace and personal success become our greatest tools, symbols of a life well lived, untouched by the bitterness others intended for us. Choosing success and inner peace as a form of revenge requires a shift in perspective. It means refusing to let someone else's actions dictate our path. When we allow anger to drive us, we hand over control of our lives to the very people who hurt us. But by focusing on success and inner peace, we reclaim that control. We set our own standards, live by our own values, and create a life that reflects who we truly are, not who others tried to make us become. This type of revenge isn't about them, it's about us and our commitment to a life filled with meaning and purpose. Achieving inner peace isn't easy, especially when dealing with the pain inflicted by others. It takes strength to release the anger, to forgive, and to move forward. But peace doesn't mean ignoring the hurt, it means acknowledging it and choosing not to let it define us. Each time we choose peace over retaliation, we break free from the chains of bitterness. Inner peace becomes a declaration that no one's actions have the power to disturb our well-being. It's a statement that our happiness is rooted in something far deeper than temporary emotions or external events. Success, too, is an incredibly powerful response. It's a statement that we refuse to be held back by the obstacles others tried to place in our way. Success becomes a form of resilience, a way to rise above the attempts to bring us down. Each goal achieved, each step forward is a testament to our strength and determination. Success does not seek approval or validation from those who doubted us. Instead, it is a quiet, steady pursuit of our potential, a journey that we embark upon for ourselves and ourselves alone. Living a life driven by success and inner peace does more than just heal us, it inspires others. When people witness someone transforming pain into purpose, they are moved, sometimes even motivated to rethink their own lives. Our journey becomes a reminder that no setback or betrayal has the final say in our story. We demonstrate that true success isn't about outperforming others, but about overcoming ourselves, pushing through pain, and reaching new heights with integrity and grace. Peace and success have a power that no act of revenge can rival. Revenge is loud and fleeting, while peace and success are quiet but enduring. When we choose this path, we're choosing a victory that's unshakable, built on a foundation of self-respect and inner strength. Instead of lowering ourselves to the level of those who wronged us, we rise to a new standard, one defined by our own commitment to self-mastery and personal fulfillment. This approach requires discipline, patience, and a deep commitment to our own values and dreams. To pursue peace and success as our response to hurt is to recognize that our worth isn't determined by someone else's actions. We don't need others to see us as valuable, strong, or deserving. We need only to know it within ourselves. This sense of self-worth becomes our compass, guiding us through challenges and empowering us to grow beyond what others ever expected. We are no longer motivated by a need to prove anything to anyone. Our accomplishments are simply expressions of our own potential, unhindered by past pain. In choosing inner peace, we learn to find joy in the quiet moments and satisfaction in the journey. We're no longer distracted by thoughts of revenge or resentment. Each step we take toward peace is a step away from the past and a step closer to the life we're building. We become more focused, more resilient, and more in tune with what truly matters. The noise fades, and we're left with a clarity that allows us to move forward with purpose. Our success and peace eventually become a mirror for those who hurt us, reflecting back the emptiness of their actions. They might expect anger, bitterness, or a desire for revenge, but instead they see someone untouched by their negativity, someone who has chosen to rise above. This is a powerful form of revenge, because it shows that their attempts to bring us down only made us stronger, more committed to a path of growth, and more aligned with our true selves. Choosing peace and success doesn't erase the past, but it transforms its impact on us. The pain, the betrayal, the hurt, all of it becomes part of our story, but not the defining part. We've moved on, we've elevated ourselves, and we've chosen a path that leads to fulfillment and joy. This is a life shaped not by the actions of others, but by our own resilience and vision. And in this life, the best revenge is knowing that nothing and no one can take away the peace and success we've worked so hard to create. Channeling hurt into personal growth is a journey that requires resilience, patience, and a deep commitment to becoming stronger from the inside out. When someone hurts us, it can feel like an attack, not just on our emotions, but on our very sense of self. The immediate reaction is often to dwell on the pain, to relive the moment over and over, wondering what went wrong. But this approach keeps us trapped in a cycle of suffering. Instead, transforming that hurt into growth is about shifting our perspective, seeing the hurt not as something that defines us, but as something that can refine us. We turn pain into progress by choosing to see every setback as an opportunity for self-discovery and improvement. Personal growth begins with self-reflection. When we take the time to examine the hurt, not from a place of bitterness, but from a place of learning, we start to understand ourselves better. We may discover hidden insecurities, fears, or expectations that influenced our reactions. These insights are valuable. They show us areas where we can become stronger, more resilient. By understanding how and why the hurt affected us so deeply, we equip ourselves to handle similar challenges in the future with more grace and composure. Self-reflection is the first step in turning hurt into a lesson rather than a burden. Another essential part of channeling hurt into growth is resilience. Resilience is not about ignoring the pain or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about embracing it, learning from it, and using it to build inner strength. Each time we face pain and come out stronger, we're reinforcing our ability to handle adversity. This process of resilience is like a muscle. We strengthen it through repeated effort and practice. The more we confront pain with an open heart and a willing mind, the more we grow into individuals who are capable of weathering life's storms without being thrown off course. Hurt can also push us to redefine our boundaries and priorities. Often painful experiences arise because we allowed others to cross lines that should have been protected, or because we placed more importance on external validation than on our own well-being. By channeling our pain into growth, we learn to establish firmer boundaries and make healthier choices. We start to respect ourselves more deeply and to surround ourselves with people and situations that honor that respect. This newfound clarity on what we will and won't tolerate becomes a powerful tool for personal growth, allowing us to live more authentically and confidently. Channeling hurt into growth often leads us to develop new skills or pursue new paths we may not have considered otherwise. When faced with pain, we might seek out practices like meditation, journaling, or therapy to help process our emotions. In doing so, we acquire tools that not only help us through this particular hurt, but can also become lifelong resources for self-care and resilience. Or perhaps the experience drives us to pursue a new career path, hobby, or community that better aligns with our values. Pain has a way of opening doors we didn't even know were there, leading us toward experiences and opportunities that enrich our lives. Another aspect of channeling hurt into growth is learning compassion, not just for others, but for ourselves. Pain has a way of making us kinder, more understanding, because we know what it feels like to suffer. We become more empathetic, more willing to support others going through similar struggles. At the same time, we learn to extend that compassion inward, to forgive ourselves for past mistakes, and to treat ourselves with the same kindness we would offer a friend. This self-compassion is essential for growth, as it allows us to move forward without the weight of self-judgment. Turning hurt into personal growth also involves letting go of victimhood. It's easy to feel powerless when we've been wronged, to see ourselves as the victim of someone else's actions. But true growth requires us to step out of that mindset and take ownership of our healing. We may not be responsible for the hurt inflicted on us, but we are responsible for how we respond to it. By choosing to grow instead of staying stuck, we reclaim our power and shift from being a victim to being the hero of our own story. Growth from pain also deepens our sense of gratitude. When we emerge from a painful experience, we often find ourselves appreciating the simple things in life more deeply: the support of loved ones, the peace of a quiet moment, the beauty of a new day. Pain has a way of stripping away the superficial, helping us to recognize what truly matters. This sense of gratitude becomes a guiding force in our lives, keeping us grounded and reminding us of the blessings that exist even in the midst of hardship. Channeling hurt into growth transforms our purpose. What may have started as a painful experience can become a source of inspiration and motivation. We find ourselves wanting to help others, to share our journey, to make a difference. Our pain becomes a part of our story, a testament to our strength and resilience. We start to see our lives not just in terms of what happened to us, but in terms of what we've learned and how we can use those lessons to make a positive impact on the world around us. Revenge is a fleeting act, one that may bring a brief moment of satisfaction, but that feeling quickly dissipates, leaving us with the same emptiness or frustration we felt before. When we react out of anger, we're choosing a short-term solution for a long-term wound. Revenge seeks to even the score, but what it really does is trap us in the very pain we're trying to escape. It's a quick fix, a way to alleviate that initial sting, but its effects are temporary at best. True healing, however, isn't found in retaliation. It's found in the strength we build within ourselves, a strength that doesn't depend on someone else's defeat. Inner strength, on the other hand, is a foundation that lasts a lifetime. It's the result of patience, resilience, and the courage to face adversity without succumbing to bitterness. When we focus on building our inner strength instead of seeking revenge, we are investing in something enduring. Inner strength isn't just about withstanding pain, it's about transforming it. It means finding the ability to rise above situations, to let go of the desire to hurt others, and to create a peace that isn't shaken by the actions of others. This strength becomes a source of pride, a quiet confidence that tells us we are capable of handling whatever life throws at us. The path to inner strength requires a willingness to let go of anger and resentment, even when it feels justified. This isn't about ignoring the hurt or pretending it didn't happen. It's about choosing not to let it control us. Anger can become a heavy burden, one that weighs us down and keeps us from moving forward. By releasing it, we free ourselves from the grip of negative emotions and make room for personal growth. Inner strength is the result of that release. It's a freedom that revenge can never give us. Revenge ties us to the person who hurt us, but inner strength allows us to break that connection and move forward on our own terms. When we choose inner strength over revenge, we're also choosing self-respect. Revenge can make us act out of character, pushing us to say or do things we might later regret. It pulls us away from who we truly are, molding us into a version of ourselves that's driven by anger. Inner strength, however, brings us back to our core values, our principles, and our true identity. It reminds us that we don't need to lower ourselves to the level of those who wronged us. Instead, we rise above, showing that we are guided by integrity, not by the actions of others. Inner strength also has a ripple effect. When people see someone who has been hurt but chooses not to retaliate, it leaves an impression. It shows others that real power doesn't come from seeking revenge, but from self-mastery. This kind of strength inspires respect and admiration, not because it's flashy or loud, but because it speaks to a depth of character that revenge can never achieve. Revenge may grab attention, but inner strength earns respect, and that respect lasts long after the initial hurt has faded. Building inner strength also teaches us patience. Revenge is often impulsive, a reaction that doesn't consider the long-term consequences. But inner strength is about taking a step back, assessing the situation, and responding with wisdom. It means allowing ourselves the time to heal, the space to process, and the courage to grow. This patience becomes a guiding force in our lives, teaching us that we don't need to rush to prove ourselves or to right every wrong. Instead, we can trust that our own resilience is enough, that we don't need to act out of haste to feel whole. With inner strength comes a sense of peace that revenge can never provide. Revenge keeps our wounds open, forcing us to revisit the pain over and over. Inner strength, however, allows us to close those wounds, to find closure not in retaliation, but in acceptance. It gives us the ability to move forward with our lives, free from the desire to hurt others. This peace is powerful. It's the calm that comes from knowing we've done our best, that we've chosen a higher path, one that leads to true healing rather than more conflict. Revenge often leaves us feeling empty, as if something is still unresolved. We may feel a rush when we act on it, but that rush fades, leaving behind the same pain we started with. Inner strength, however, fills that emptiness with a sense of purpose and resilience. It gives us something to hold on to, a quiet assurance that we are strong enough to handle life's challenges without sinking to the level of those who hurt us. It's a fulfillment that comes from within, one that doesn't depend on external validation or the defeat of someone else. Choosing inner strength over revenge allows us to grow beyond the pain. When we seek revenge, we're stuck in the past, reliving the hurt and letting it define our actions. But inner strength is about looking forward, about using the pain as a stepping stone rather than a stopping point. Each experience of hurt becomes an opportunity to learn, to build resilience, and to become more of who we are meant to be. Instead of letting the hurt control us, we take control of it, shaping it into something that makes us stronger, wiser, and more compassionate toward ourselves and others. Defining yourself by your own plans rather than by others' actions is a powerful way to live authentically and purposefully. Life is full of people who will project their opinions, limitations, or expectations onto you, whether out of ignorance, fear, or their own insecurities. But allowing yourself to be shaped by their actions or attitudes is like handing over the wheel of your life to someone else. Instead, setting your own plans and living by your own values gives you a sense of agency, allowing you to steer your life in the direction you choose. This mindset becomes a foundation of self-respect, showing that you trust yourself to make decisions that reflect your true desires and dreams. When you define yourself by your own plans, you make choices based on what resonates deeply within you, rather than as reactions to what others may say or do. Too often, people fall into the trap of living reactively, constantly trying to prove themselves, to seek validation, or to avoid criticism. But when you center yourself around your own goals, the actions and words of others lose their power over you. You become focused, driven, and grounded in something much larger than the opinions around you. Your plans become a compass, guiding you through distractions, doubts, and setbacks with a sense of purpose that can't be shaken. This approach demands self-awareness. You have to be willing to look inward, to understand your values, and to clarify what truly matters to you. When you know who you are and what you stand for, you're less likely to be swayed by the shifting tides of other people's judgments or actions. Self-awareness anchors you, reminding you that you have a unique path to follow, one that doesn't require others' approval or alignment. By defining yourself from within, you build a life that reflects your true nature, not the expectations or whims of those around you. Living by your own plans also means setting boundaries. It requires saying no when others try to pull you in directions that don't align with your goals. People will often try to push their ideas, dreams, or fears onto you, but standing firm in your own plans means knowing when to draw the line. It's about respecting yourself enough to prioritize your own vision over others' attempts to shape you. These boundaries protect your energy, keeping you focused on what truly matters and allowing you to pursue your goals without unnecessary distractions or detours. Defining yourself by your own plans fosters resilience. Life is full of challenges, and not everyone will support or understand the path you choose. When your identity is based on your own goals and values, you're more equipped to handle setbacks, criticism, or lack of support. You no longer rely on external validation, so the actions of others don't derail you as easily. Instead, each challenge becomes an opportunity to strengthen your commitment, to prove to yourself that you are capable of pushing through adversity. This resilience becomes a core part of who you are, built on a foundation that can't be shaken by others. This approach also cultivates a sense of inner peace. When you stop living in reaction to others, you free yourself from the exhausting cycle of comparison, competition, and approval seeking. You start to find joy in the journey, trusting that your plans are leading you toward a fulfilling life that's true to you. This peace isn't dependent on others, it comes from knowing that you are aligned with your own purpose. You begin to realize that your self-worth isn't something that can be given or taken away by anyone else. It's a constant that lives within you, grounded in the life you're building for yourself. Another aspect of defining yourself by your own plans is learning to let go of past hurts. When we let others' actions define us, we often carry resentment, bitterness, or a sense of inadequacy. But choosing to live by your own goals allows you to release those negative emotions. You realize that their actions don't have to shape your future, that you are free to move forward without being held back by others' mistakes or cruelty. Letting go of these burdens allows you to focus fully on your own growth and aspirations, leaving the past behind as you pursue a life that's entirely your own. Living by your own plans doesn't mean isolating yourself from others. It means building relationships that respect and support your individuality. When you define yourself from within, you attract people who appreciate you for who you truly are, rather than those who want to change or control you. These relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding, creating a support system that empowers you rather than limits you. The connections you form become genuine, based on shared values rather than convenience or conformity. Defining yourself by your own plans also unlocks your potential. When you're no longer bound by the expectations or judgments of others, you begin to dream bigger, to take risks, and to pursue goals that might have seemed impossible before. This freedom allows you to explore your strengths, to push beyond your comfort zone, and to discover what you're truly capable of. You start living a life that reflects your unique talents and passions, one that's shaped by your own hands and driven by your own vision. Living by your own plans means embracing the journey with all its ups and downs. When you define yourself from within, you become less attached to immediate outcomes and more focused on the process of growth. You understand that your value isn't tied to a single success or failure, but to the persistence and integrity with which you pursue your dreams. This perspective allows you to move forward with a sense of purpose, confident that you're creating a life that's meaningful and authentic, no matter what others may say or do. Success speaks louder than retaliation because it transforms anger and pain into fuel for growth, leaving a lasting impact that goes far beyond any act of revenge. Retaliation is often a quick, reactive attempt to regain control or express hurt, but it usually results in little more than momentary satisfaction. Success, on the other hand, is a profound statement, an undeniable, lasting demonstration of resilience and strength that speaks for itself. When we channel our energy toward achieving our goals and becoming the best version of ourselves, we not only overcome the hurt but also rise above it in a way that demands respect. In the end, success tells a story that no words or actions of retaliation ever could. Retaliation keeps us tied to the actions of others, reacting to them rather than choosing our own direction. It's a response that allows someone else's behavior to dictate our actions. But success shifts that focus back onto us, placing the power in our hands. By dedicating ourselves to our goals, we create a path forward that's entirely our own. This not only gives us a sense of purpose, but also allows us to control our own narrative. Rather than becoming known for how we responded to negativity, we become known for what we achieved in spite of it. Our success becomes a testament to our strength and perseverance. Choosing success over retaliation also frees us from the cycle of bitterness. When we retaliate, we're often holding on to anger, frustration, or resentment, which can fester and cloud our judgment. But when we focus on success, we're using those emotions as motivation to build something positive. The energy that might have gone into retaliation is redirected toward growth, fueling our ambitions and driving us forward. This transformation of energy not only benefits us, but creates a ripple effect, inspiring those around us to pursue their own dreams without getting entangled in negativity. Success creates a sense of inner peace that retaliation cannot provide. Revenge keeps our wounds open, constantly reminding us of the hurt and keeping us in a state of conflict. But when we focus on our own achievements, we find a fulfillment that goes beyond the temporary rush of retaliation. There's a deep satisfaction in knowing that we've turned a negative experience into something constructive, that we've taken control of our own journey rather than allowing others to control us. This inner peace becomes a shield, protecting us from the actions of others and keeping us grounded in our purpose. In choosing success, we redefine our self-worth. Retaliation often stems from a need to prove ourselves, to show that we won't tolerate disrespect or hurt. But when we define ourselves by our achievements, we no longer seek validation through confrontation. Our success speaks for itself, showing the world that we are strong, capable, and resilient. We no longer need to prove our worth to others because we've proven it to ourselves. This confidence becomes a quiet, unshakable power, allowing us to navigate life with a sense of dignity that doesn't depend on anyone else's approval. Success also allows us to let go of the past. When we retaliate, we're often holding on to the pain, reliving it over and over in our minds. This keeps us anchored in what happened, unable to move forward. But success focuses on the future, on the opportunities and possibilities ahead. As we achieve our goals, the hurt gradually loses its grip on us, fading into the background as we build a life filled with purpose and accomplishment. Our past becomes a stepping stone rather than a weight, allowing us to move forward with a clear mind and an open heart. The impact of success goes beyond ourselves. It can also serve as an example for others. When people see someone rise above hurt and channel it into achievement, it's inspiring. It shows others that they too can overcome adversity without succumbing to anger or revenge. Our success becomes a beacon of hope, a reminder that true power lies in resilience and self-mastery. In this way, we create a positive influence that extends beyond our personal journey, encouraging others to choose growth over conflict and to focus on their own potential. By choosing success, we build a legacy that's remembered not for conflict, but for contribution. Retaliation is often fleeting, a momentary reaction that may soon be forgotten. But success leaves a lasting impression, a legacy that endures and resonates long after the original hurt is forgotten. Our achievements become a part of who we are, a reflection of the strength and determination that define us. This legacy is not only something we can be proud of, but also something that others can look up to, a testament to the power of resilience. Success is a statement that cannot be ignored. While retaliation may draw attention for a moment, success demands respect over time. It shows that we have the strength to rise above, to not let others dictate our path, and to transform adversity into triumph. People notice when someone accomplishes great things, especially in the face of difficulty. This kind of success speaks volumes about character, integrity, and self-discipline, qualities that are far more powerful than any act of retaliation. Success becomes our answer to those who doubted or wronged us. It's a powerful, undeniable declaration that we are more than the hurt we experienced. By focusing on our goals and building a life of meaning, we rise above the need for retaliation. We choose to let our achievements speak for us, sending a message that cannot be diminished or dismissed. Success is our way of showing that we are unbreakable, that our path is determined by our own vision, not by the actions of others. Letting go and focusing on becoming your best self is a journey of self-discovery, growth, and resilience. Often we hold on to past pain, regrets, or resentment, believing that holding tight to these emotions protects us or gives us control. But in reality, these emotions act as anchors, keeping us stuck in cycles of negativity and limiting our potential. To truly thrive, we must learn to release these burdens, freeing ourselves to explore who we are beyond the hurt and disappointment. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or ignoring what has happened. It means choosing to release the hold it has over us, allowing space for something greater to emerge. The process of letting go begins with self-acceptance. Often, we struggle to release past pain because we're battling with guilt, shame, or self-doubt. We replay mistakes, wonder if we could have done things differently, or blame ourselves for situations outside our control. To move forward, we must come to terms with who we are and what we've been through, understanding that our past does not define us. Self-acceptance is about recognizing our worth, flaws and all, and realizing that we deserve the opportunity to grow and evolve without being shackled by old wounds. Letting go also requires forgiveness, not just for others, but for ourselves. We often carry resentment toward those who have wronged us, or regret for choices we wish we could change. Forgiveness isn't about excusing or forgetting, it's about releasing the grip that these feelings have on us. When we forgive, we're not condoning past behavior, we're allowing ourselves to move forward without being tethered to it. Self-forgiveness is especially powerful, as it permits us to embrace our humanity, acknowledging that we're allowed to make mistakes and learn from them without remaining stuck in self-blame. As we let go, we create room for growth. The energy that was once consumed by holding on to past pain can now be redirected towards self-improvement and personal development. With a clear mind and open heart, we can focus on becoming the best version of ourselves, setting goals, cultivating new skills, and building positive habits. This shift in focus allows us to tap into our potential, exploring new paths and discovering strengths we may have overlooked while we were caught up in old struggles. Growth becomes a source of motivation, helping us look forward with optimism and purpose. Focusing on becoming your best self also brings clarity to your life. When you release negativity, your priorities become clearer, allowing you to identify what truly matters. You begin to understand that your energy is precious, and that not every conflict or challenge is worth your attention. This clarity helps you make intentional decisions, guiding you toward choices that align with your values and goals. Instead of being distracted by external noise, you can concentrate on what brings fulfillment and joy, creating a life that is centered on your well-being and aspirations. Letting go teaches us the importance of resilience. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. By releasing the weight of past hurt, we build a stronger foundation for handling future adversity. We learn that setbacks don't have to define us, they're simply opportunities to learn and grow. This resilience becomes a core part of who we are, giving us the strength to face obstacles without being overwhelmed by them. It's a reminder that we can handle whatever comes our way, and that we have the power to choose our response, no matter the circumstances. Choosing to focus on personal growth also invites positive relationships into our lives. When we let go of bitterness or resentment, we make space for genuine connections based on mutual respect and understanding. People are drawn to those who radiate self-assurance and positivity, and by focusing on our own development, we attract individuals who support and uplift us. These connections are valuable as they encourage us to keep moving forward, providing companionship and encouragement on our journey toward becoming our best selves. Letting go transforms our mindset, allowing us to see possibilities rather than limitations. When we're weighed down by past disappointments, we may adopt a pessimistic outlook, seeing only the obstacles and struggles. But releasing that weight shifts our perspective, enabling us to approach life with curiosity and hope. We begin to see opportunities for growth, new paths to explore, and experiences to embrace. This shift in perspective empowers us to approach life with a sense of adventure, open to the unknown and ready to discover what lies beyond our comfort zone. Focusing on becoming your best self also means honoring your own path. Letting go helps us break free from comparisons and external expectations, allowing us to define success on our own terms. We no longer measure ourselves by others' standards or accomplishments, but by our own progress and fulfillment. This self-defined journey brings a sense of freedom, reminding us that our purpose is unique and that we don't need to follow anyone else's blueprint. By trusting ourselves, we find a sense of satisfaction that isn't dependent on outside approval. Letting go and committing to personal growth transforms our lives from within. It allows us to move beyond survival mode, where we're simply coping with past pain, and step into a life of purpose and intention. This journey isn't always easy, and it requires continuous effort. But the rewards are profound. We become more attuned to who we are, more confident in our abilities, and more resilient in the face of challenges. Our focus shifts from what we've been through to where we're going, empowering us to create a life that reflects our true potential and values.